everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Redskins coming in at 4-0, going up against the Lions, who come in at 0-4. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Detroit Lions and the Washington Redskins. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now this first drive looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did. And what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Let's go, Set, 3-19.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
And we get a peek at the defensive starters, and it's a unit that really needs to do better than they did last week.
So I would expect them to come out with a lot more emotion this week, flying around, trying to establish a new tone, because last week they didn't feel good about it all.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 19. And the Lions are going to have a first. On 1st down, Stafford here. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So here's the lineup, and in the backfield, it's Abdullah.
Amir Abdullah, if it had been up to a lot of college coaches, would be an all-pro corner. But he knew he wanted to be a running back, and has proven why. He can run it, can catch it, and return kicks.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And here's the Redskin defense.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, and yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them, he makes it hard to get around.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Martin to punt it away for Detroit.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. He dropped an 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's brought down after a good game.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Lions. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football, comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Now he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Redskins touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll come out in the pistol. After the interception, here's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. To throw is Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can
Amir Abdullah. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, Every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They'll come out in the pistol. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now
it's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Doctson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Another pistol look here. On 1st down, Stafford here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And there was a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And Stills over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. On 3rd and short, the fullback Burton. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Ebron caught left side, and he is out of bounds inside the 35.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On first down, Abdullah. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Here's Stafford now. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. A gain of 35 that time. And the Redskins are going to get a first down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Good.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3, 9, 10. Detroit. Here we go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. On the left side, this is Stills. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Ebron caught left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. So they will go for it. Stafford. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got his man in the crossing route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, it's Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Stafford on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. 3rd and long, it's Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Yards on the punt there. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 35 that time. And that leads to a Washington 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
On the move to his left. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Of all the routes that defenders would love to remove from offensive playbooks, I think the wheel route would rank near the top. And on that one, they almost had it, just wasn't able to come down in bounds.
Yeah, you see right there for the running back, it's tough as you're going toward that sideline trying to stay in bounds. He couldn't do it.
Yeah, just didn't have enough real estate, as they like to say.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. And all things things considered a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he hits his tight end, Ebron. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On second down, here's Stafford. Ebron caught left side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Preston Smith in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And take it right on the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here come the Redskins now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They give him 17 yards that time as they'll move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back now at FedEx Field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Another pistol look here. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Bell. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Just looking at from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Second down following the incompletion. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
They'll try and run with Abdullah. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Stafford on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 18 on that one. And it's good enough for a Detroit 1st down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Back to the ground now. Here's Abdullah down to the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. A dump off for Abdullah. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. And that will cut this lead down to 13. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help in the contract time. That offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped them at contract time. You could have kicked that one.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They go play action here on first down. To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They'll drop to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. That one looks like he'll throw here. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Ziggy Ansah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
On first down at Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for Redskins touchdown. Short throw pick-6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Second and 10, Stafford again. On the left side, this is Stills. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off.
Stafford, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
His throw incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now because a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Stafford, that's caught at the 3, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year, and the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Stafford's going to try and throw for it, and they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
We got 3. All right, here we go. Blue, landing. Leopard.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.